So it is WrestleMania week, and I don't want to stoke the fires of tribalism or anything like that, but if I was doing a wrestling show after last night's Dynamite, a little bit of we would be coming out. Just a little bit. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we're talking about AEW Dynamite Spring Breakthru. In particular, we are talking about the question that is surrounding this show. Is this the best Dynamite of all time? That is a big question. They have hit the milestone. They have outlasted WCW Nitro, which is a huge achievement. It was fully marketed about this. It was the longest running wrestling on Turner Networks. And yeah, they've got a lot to celebrate following this show. We'll dive into the good of this show in just a moment. But before we do, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below. I'll try to apply to every single one of them as we dive into this. So the question, is this the best Dynamite of all time? I've been watching Dynamite since the first episode. I dipped a little bit last year. I didn't watch all of them, but it has been something that I've kept up with for, over 5 years now. So there's been a lot of episodes. I can't remember. I can remember impeccable angles. I can remember impeccable matches, like the CM Punk MJF angles, like Kenny versus Pac in the Iron Man match. There have been great stuff on Dynamite, but I can't remember the last show they did that was top to bottom amazing. Everything hit. This show, I would say 99% of the stuff on this show all worked for me. And it didn't just work, it either exceeded or met my very high expectations that I had for things on the show, like Will Ospreay versus Konusuke Takeshita, like Athena versus Mercedes Mone, like Hangman versus Josh Alexander. There was so much on this show to enjoy that I think, it is in the conversation for the best Dynamite of all time. And going through my highlights, we'll start at the beginning of the show. This isn't going to be a full play-by-play review. This is just going to be some of my highlights and thoughts. But that opening match, Athena versus Mercedes Mone, ever since Athena won the ROH Championship, and she's been doing great work in Ring of Honor, the Forever Champ. And when Mercedes came in, we were like, that's the match we want to see. We thought it'd be on a big pay-per-view stage. We're getting it on Dynamite, free TV, which is awesome. This was amazing. This match was so good. There was stuff in this match that I never thought I'd see. Just spots, creative spots, intelligent, ring awareness, doing stuff on the barricade, doing loads of stuff on the apron, rolling out. It all worked so well. My favourite spot being the stunner that Athena hit on Mercedes Mone after she goes for the foot stomp off the apron. That looked class. That looked absolutely class. And I don't think, Mercedes won. I think we all knew Mercedes was going to win because the big match to do is Toni Storm versus Mercedes Mone, probably at All In. But Athena lost nothing from this. They went out there, I think it was well over 20 minutes. I think it was 21 minutes or something like this. So potentially the longest women's match in Dynamite history. This match was just awesome from top to bottom. It was absolutely awesome. The angle that came after with Toni Storm in the crowd, staring down Mercedes. It wasn't necessarily a definitive win. It was just a really well done roll up from Mercedes to pick up the win on Athena. I love this. And the bit in the middle where they were just trading strikes and Athena answered with a super kick, which was brutal. They were just beating the piss out of each other. This is one of my favourite matches of the year. And I think we need to be having a conversation about Wrestler of the Year for Mercedes Mone. Yes, her promo stuff might not be hitting, but in the ring, she is the GOAT. She is doing incredible stuff in women's wrestling in North America, and across the world. Everything she's doing in Japan, everything she's doing in Rev Pro. That match with Kanji is going to be awesome in Rev Pro. Yeah, I think there's a genuine argument to be made for Wrestler of the Year for Mercedes Mone, and we know there's a rematch for this coming down the line. This was just impeccable stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is Hangman Page versus the Wild Card. Now, we were all speculating who the Wild Card might be. Could it potentially be a Darby Allin? No, he's up on Mount Everest right now. It was Josh Alexander, an all-elite Josh Alexander, and they had a great match here. A really damn good match that made Josh Alexander look amazing. Yes, he lost. He got rolled up by Hangman, but he didn't lose anything because he's a bad guy now, aligning with Don Callis, Josh Alexander and the Don Callis family. The Don Callis family right now might be the most stacked faction in terms of talent. Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Brian Cage, Lance Archer, and now Josh Alexander. It is an insane faction, and I think it works so well. I think he's going to fit in incredibly well with these lads. It's going to be class, absolutely class. They are an exciting faction to watch. Maybe Josh Alexander will get involved in the match with Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay that could happen. No, the match with Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. So maybe we could potentially get Ospreay Fletcher 5, potentially. Yeah, this was all good stuff. Great to see Josh Alexander. No complaints about this. The final thing that I will talk about on this show, we had the really good feel-good ending with Samoa Joe choking out Mox. Seemingly we're going to get Mox versus Samoa Joe. I think that could be really, really good, actually. Now, let's talk about Will Ospreay versus Konusuke Takeshita. My boy Takeshita, who sits right there. This match, probably match of the year on TV. It was my number one match of 2024, 2023. God, I can't remember when it was. I can't remember how long Ospreay's been in AEW. Whenever it was, their Revolution match. I loved it. This match was amazing. It might have topped it for me. I need to go back and watch it, but some of the sequences in this match were insane. Particularly the Oz cutter into the forearm, kick out at one, hidden blade, kick out at one. Just amazing. The clothesline from the top rope into the backflip was amazing as well. Eventually hitting the Stormbreaker for the win. Ospreay picks up the win and advances to the finals of the Owen Hart tournament. It is just exceptional professional wrestling. They are both just incredible at what they do, and they deserve everything. These are the two lads you should build your company around, as Takeshita and Ospreay, because they are just so incredibly good in the ring, and a promotion that, particularly on this night, favoured stuff like that, favoured in-ring wrestling. Come on, just build the company around them. They should be your aces right now. Takeshita is amazing. Kyle Fletcher as well, he should be in that mix. But if they keep putting on bangers like this, I think they are just they could have a generational feud. They keep coming together, Takeshita and Ospreay. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And overall, yeah, I think you can make a case for the best Dynamite of all time. The only down thing for me was the MJF stuff. I thought it felt a little bit hokey and a little bit goofy and a little bit, why are we doing this, bringing a load of attractive women out here to try and play them off. I get it's in his character, but it just felt a bit out of place. Other than that, this is one of the best shows of the year. Pay-per-view, TV, indie, whatever you want to say, this is one of the best shows of the year, and I think it could stack up against a lot of pay-per-views. I preferred it to Dynasty. Maybe I preferred it to Revolution. I think it's genuinely up there. Top 5 Dynamites of all time. I'd have to go back through and rewatch a load of Dynamites, talk about that. But yeah, I would say top 5 Dynamite of all time. Is it the greatest? Right now, I'd say yes. I would say yes. Because when you think about it, 2 match of the year contenders, a debut, a title change, all-timer? Maybe. Just maybe. Fuck it. You want a definitive answer? Yes. Best Dynamite of all time. Let's go with that. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Were you a fan? Were you not? Let me know and I'll try to apply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support and have a nice day.